Hello and welcome back to my channel. These are the busy streets of Hong Kong and I'm about to go eat at my favorite pizza restaurant. Welcome back to my channel. It's Becky, your local urban sketcher from Hong Kong, and I am in front, well, I'm 2 streets away from my favorite pizza shop in Hong Kong, and I'm having dinner with a couple of friends tonight, and I thought that while I'm waiting, I would just actually come earlier and try to check out the spot and see if I can do a sketch of a little something. And I discovered here that actually there was like so many things to go about. There's like the changing lights because it's about like 5:30 to 6:30 p.m., which is when golden hour is, and the light is constantly changing. But at the same time, this is a really busy road, so I have to make sure that I'm also kind of safe and I can't be sketching too close to the road or in a sidewalk where it's like way too busy and there's just way too many people. Because even though it's a super light setup that I have up here, it still takes some time to set up and pack, and I don't want to be putting myself in a situation of danger or just inconvenience if I'm in a sidewalk that has like a lot of people, especially since it's leading up to dinner hour, which means that there's just gonna be a lot of people around. So what I've decided to do is I will just park myself right in front of the pizza restaurant, and while I was figuring out what to sketch, I noticed that there are people inside there that are making the pizzas, and I thought it'd be really cool to catch like a glimpse of the window inside the restaurant and just sketch a little bit of that. So that's kind of what I did, and let's check it out. Let me just talk a little bit about my setup while we're at it, even though this is the final sketch. But I've got like a clamp right here just to kind of hold the sketch in place. I've got my art toolkit with some freshly squeezed gouache that I put out. The colors here are burnt sienna, alizarin crimson, cerulean blue / Prussian blue. I believe this is cadmium yellow or lemon yellow. This is black, white, cobalt turquoise or cobalt green, and brilliant pink, and these are just basically wherever I am mixing up. This is an Nalgene bottle that I've like magnetized in order for it to like stick here. Thanks, Jared. And this is also like magnetized, so it does like click on pretty strongly. Paper towel. There's a paper cup hole right here, but I just wanted something to pack up just today because I didn't know where I would be able to find a drain or a sink nearby. Sketch, clamp to the back, and the scene. Given that this scene or the sketch was recorded on basically the side of a big road or a highway, the wind will occasionally blow the camera a little bit to the right, but I promise you, you will not miss a single view. Anyways, onto the sketch. You could see me first starting out with like a border as I was trying to figure out how to what exactly to frame in my sketch. But then I looked across because I was contemplating whether or not I wanted to frame, say, like the whole store. But then as I looked across the street a little bit closer, I realized that there was a window that directly opened into like the kitchen on what like the people there were making. So I decided that was gonna be my frame. Like, that's it. So I colored everything in a mix of, I believe this was cadmium yellow and burnt sienna. So a little bit of a warm yellow. And then I just drew everything in really quickly with like a less watered down version of it. Cause honestly, I don't even know if I wanted to take out my pens in this like very windy situation. Cause I don't want anything to get blown away. Like, these are my valuables. I want them. And I decided that drawing a quick silhouette would actually already work because I just needed like the rough outline of the people. The most important thing being actually the pizza dough. So I drew that in, drew the background, and then I just tried to put in everything in the back. So the pizza boxes in the very front, some of the dough boxes that are in this sort of, it's a mix of cobalt turquoise or cobalt green and brilliant pink. So in real life it has this sort of like iridescent grayish feel. I think it comes off as a lot greener on camera instead of a gray. I don't know why these two colors don't mix like super well together, so it kind of separates a little bit, but at the same time that really adds texture, so I don't hate it. And I'm just trying to color everything else in because there's a lot of white
as in a lot of local color white in that photo. And by local color, I mean like the color of the item in itself with like a neutral light. So like the lady's mask was white and her outfit was white and the dough was white. But the thing is, there's all these warm, bright yellow lights shining at them, so they look a little bit yellowish, but at the same time, for example, for the outfit, a lot of it is in shadow because the light is shining directly from the top. So you could only get that warm white on the very top, and then everything else in her clothes is like a cool gray shadow, which is basically what I had to work with. And I think the challenge in this particular scene is that the kitchen window is really far from me. Like, it's like a good 4 lanes away, and then plus that kitchen window wasn't even that big to begin with. So if you can try to imagine a person sort of 4 car lanes away, that's how far I am from the scene. But the good thing of that is that I'm not bogged down by the details, mainly because I can't see it at all. But the power of human eyesight, right? I can kind of look and kind of guess, kind of average out their movements and their poses and just capture them in the way that I want them to be captured. So I try to put in as much detail as I can see, which is frankly not a lot. I mean, I can pick out like maybe the text on the pizza boxes and stuff, but I just did not have the patience for it, so I just alluded to it with some brush strokes. Did some allusions to the pizza oven at the very back, tried to play a little bit more on the whites and the tones and the masks, and also, you know, highlight, shadow, give everything a little bit of two-dimensional feel, you know, trying to figure out the different planes on each object, try to make the background even blacker, but it seems to be quite hard since I don't have a lot of black left on my palette and I was too lazy to pick up more black, so that is on me, 100% my fault. And I think we're at the end of it now, or at least very close to the end, and I am happy with my sketch and I'm so ready to go inside and eat some pizza. Oh, and here's a little cute footage of me taking a picture of them and they all just pose like, or one day I'll have the courage to actually like show my sketches to people in person. Right now I'm just sharing it to everyone else on the internet, which is really weird, but the internet is weird, so I just gotta suck it up and gather the courage to do it one day.
Thank you so much for catching up with me again on my channel, you guys. As always, it's been a pleasure. I hope you guys stay safe, get some grub, get something to eat, whether or not it's pizza, whatever is your fancy, and I'll catch you in the next one. Happy sketching. Bye!